Hey everyone, welcome to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. In this episode, we're going to talk about PlayStation 5 is going to be getting VRR support in the coming months. So PlayStation 5 just put out an update to their system that basically did some things with the groups and kind of changed some things up with the game base. UI enhancements to the game base and trophy cards and improvements to parties and some bug fixes, stability and stuff like that. But they did say that VRR support is coming in a few months to the PlayStation. So finally, we're going to get VRR. Now, of course, VRR stands for variable refresh rate, and it can only be possible on TVs and monitors that utilize the HDMI 2.1 and have that ability to utilize variable refresh rates. Xbox already does VRR, and I have a TV and that can do VRR, and so it sucks that when I'm playing the PlayStation, I don't get that VRR because it can't do it yet, but I'm happy to hear that it's finally coming so I can utilize that because I really like it on the Xbox. And so I want to have that support there on the PlayStation. So that is awesome to hear that it's finally coming. That's definitely one for me personally, enhancement that I've been waiting for PlayStation to put out there. So I'm happy that it's coming, but we're going to go around and see what everybody else thinks. Shane, what about you, man? What do you think of VRR finally coming?
I too am happy about it. I also have a TV that supports VRR. And anything that makes gaming experience better is better. PlayStation, I'm kind of surprised I didn't, do this earlier. But hey, maybe late to the party, but you still made it. So good for you. I'll get you a corsage. It's great that they're doing it, and then we just got to get the games to utilize it. I'm sure there's already probably a few out that they just need a patch to make it work. Probably a cross-platform games that work with PlayStation or Xbox and whatnot. I don't understand how the variable refresh rate truly works, though. That's my problem. I'm not a tech guy. You throw acronyms and initials at me, I get lost. How does that work exactly? Somebody tech me up here.
But basically, it's a way to synchronize refresh rates between hardware. So it makes things just look smoother. There's less screen tearing, less artifacting because devices are running unsynced, right? Clock speeds speeds are faster here, slower there. So VRR just allows the two devices to try to stay more in sync. The games have to support it. The devices have to support it for it to fully work. And so PlayStation even made an announcement saying that it could make games that don't officially support it work better. That's a big could, in my opinion. But, it can help to synchronize those output refresh rates of those devices. So, it's all good. It's all good. Sure. I didn't know if you were finished with your point, or I was going to answer that question for you. What's that? Yeah.
I'm not a tech guy, so all I know about VRR is makes my gaming better. And that's all I look forward to when it comes to games. You can give me all the fancy initials and acronyms you want. As long as at the end of that sentence, your games are better, I'm happy. That's all I want. Just want to be happy. I want to be a happy gamer.
Right.
But yeah, that's all the point I was getting at. I just wanted to make sure I grasped exactly how VRR, worked. I mean, I had a minimal understanding, but that cleared some shit up.
Right. And like I said, it has to be supported across the whole chain of events, right? It has to be supported at the game, at the device, at the interconnect between the device, and at the other end, whether it's a TV or monitor. So it has to be supported everywhere. Unfortunately, I don't have a monitor or a TV that supports that. So although it sounds amazing and I would love to have it, I don't have a TV or a monitor that supports that. Not even my computer monitor will support that, unfortunately. You know, I don't have a 4K monitor or anything cool like that. I don't have like a 1440p or you know, something like that monitor. So I don't have one of those, but variable refresh rates are a great thing on TVs for just about anything. But on the gaming aspect of it, it'd be nice for PlayStation to catch up on with Microsoft on that aspect. So I'm looking forward to seeing it in action. And that's the whole thing, is I'm looking forward to seeing it in action, but I have to buy a new TV first, or I'm going to go over to Shane's house and Nick's house and crash on the couch. You know,
I'll charge you rent.
I'll let you sit on my lap. That's enough rent, right? So, I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to ask Sony what took so long. If you're just going to be able to patch it in, what took so long? Why did you make us wait for this? Sony did say that previously released games can be fully optimized for VRR through a game patch. Cool. And future games will probably come built for it, but why the wait? What did we do to make us wait? For those that have a panel with HDMI 2.1 on it, you know, TV or monitor for that. And why the secrecy that says a few months? Is that 2 months, 3 months, 8 months, 12 months? What's a few months? You know, to Sony, what does that mean? So, Sony is very cryptic sometimes, and I don't understand it. Why they just don't say, "Hey, we're planning to release a patch." I mean, did this just get released in the beta ring of console patches or something? So they're afraid of saying we're going to debut this in June or May, or you know, or has it not even pushed out to like the beta ring of consoles yet or not? I don't know.
I think Sony likes to wing it because they know it's something that people want. They haven't quite worked out yet, so that's why they don't give any details. I think when they designed who's that, Mark Cerny, you know, designed the PlayStation, he probably didn't put a bit of thought into that. It was like, you know, oh shit, you know what? That's a good idea. I should have done that. Let me work it out at some point.
Right. So VRR is really good now because that means consoles can now unlock. They don't have to basically lock consoles to a specific frame rate now, right? They don't have to say it can only do 30 or 60 because that's all the TV does. If the TV can support up to, you know, whatever, it's got 120 FPS, whatever, and the console can do that, or maybe the console can't, they can do a little VRR and keep each other kind of synced up without causing graphical artifacts or issues. What about you, Nick? I know you've got a TV that supports it. I'm pretty sure you're probably chomping at the bit for it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The one thing I hate about, you know, when playing games is screen tearing. I hate screen tearing. And so, you know, and so I do like that they're going to have this. You know, like I said, the Xbox has had it since the Series X has come out. There's a lot of features that PlayStation doesn't have that the Xbox supported day one, such as VRR, as well as 1440. You know, I don't believe, from my understanding, I believe Xbox does support 1440 for gaming monitors, but Sony does not yet. And you know, some other things which I don't really care about the 1440 port. If I had a nice gaming monitor, maybe, but you know, and some other things as well. There's no Atmos, I don't believe, on the PlayStation, where the Xbox can do the Dolby Atmos. Of course, you have to buy the Dolby Atmos software to utilize it, but it's not very expensive software. So, it's kind of weird that Sony's a little bit behind on the times, but or at least not up to speed with what Xbox is doing or has already done. As far as that goes, it seems kind of strange, but I am glad that it's finally coming. Like I said, this was a feature that I was just hoping and praying that would eventually come out for it, because that was something that I like. The VRR, you know, playing VR games on the Xbox that utilize VRR is nice. You know, not having that, like you said, where the refresh is synced up with one another. So it reduces that screen tearing and stuff like that, you know. And the screen tearing you've seen in some games. I mean, some games still have it, you know, but it happens from time to time or whatever, but it's very low key compared to not having that ability. So when you're moving back and forth and everything like that, you don't see the screen all like rip in half almost, right? So I'm happy for it.
Let me ask you something, since I'm getting tech lessons today. So you've explained what VRR is. What is FreeSync? Because a game we're currently reviewing, one of the options is something performance FreeSync. And then
I think it's
quality FreeSync.
It was VSync is what it is. It's VSync.
VSync, excuse me. Yeah, sorry. What exactly is VSync?
So are you, because FreeSync is something. FreeSync is an AMD technology.
Yes.
So,
Yes, that might be why I'm mixing it up. But the V, yeah.
So VSync is syncing technology for GPU. So it's kind of something similar. NVIDIA, there's such thing as G-Sync and FreeSync and VSync and all this other crap. It's the same crap. It's just in different technology, right? It's to synchronize frame rates. It depends on who's putting out the technology, what they want to call it. It's freaking frame rate syncing is really what it is. I don't care if you call it VSync, G-Sync, or FreeSync. It is what it is. It tries to prevent screen tearing and doing all this stuff. So it's, how many times it updates per second, really? Can you just keep them in sync? No, then you're going to have graphical artifacts and issues. So really just think of it, majority of the time when you hear something talking about sync, G-Sync, V-Sync, or whatever, that's really just frequent. It's cycle syncing is all it is.
Yeah, my TV can also do AMD FreeSync. So that's why I knew you were talking about VSync, but yeah, I was like, well, FreeSync is a thing, but no, that game doesn't do FreeSync. But it does do VSync, yeah, and yeah, exactly like Pat said, it's the same. It's the same stuff. It's just different verbiage and who's making it. Like AMD's is AMD FreeSync, and some are better than others. They say, who knows?
Yep, VSync's supposed to be older technology. G-Sync and FreeSync are newer, but they're also being pushed by the major manufacturers, right? AMD's FreeSync, NVIDIA G-Sync. Come on, I mean. It's buzzwords, right? Everything is buzzwords when it comes to TVs and graphics and fidelity and even audio for that matter, We got an Dolby Atmos over here and we got this and that. And you're like, okay.
OLED, ULED, QLED, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, you got Dolby Atmos and then you have the, what's the other one? Oh, shoot. I just had it in my head and I forgot it. It was the one, well, shoot, I'll remember. I can't think of it right now.
All right, you're not talking like DTS or anything. You're just talking about Atmos,
DTS, the DTS one. Yeah, there's because they're competing DTS and Dolby with their like sound stuff. So you got both of those competing.
Right. So yeah, it's all buzzwords and everybody gets to call it whatever they want. I mean, just like when buying a TV and you're like, you see true fresh, true sync and this stuff and that and. It's just all buzzwords. You have to eventually get down to the nuts and bolts. What am I looking for? I'm looking for these pieces of technology that work between these two devices, right? If my console or computer support FreeSync, I need to make sure that my TV can support FreeSync, right? So I can try to keep that together. My games support it, and things like that. That's the problem is we just have too many competing technologies and you're not going to buy one device or one TV that just does it all. It just can't. So.
Yeah, and see that, and for lamers like me that don't get all the tech buzzwords, yeah, that's why I have people like you. I don't get it.
People like you.
No offense.
What do you mean, Shane?
Nerds. Okay, nerds. I said it. Nerds.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to, and maybe by this time next year I'll have me a new TV. I mean, I don't know. Maybe maybe when the new 2022 TV's released, I'll be able to pick up last year's model for dirt cheap, and then I'll have me one with HDMI 2.1.
But then you'll be wanting HDMI 3.1 because the new TV will be able to sync right in your butt crack. So.
8K, the wave of the future. Yeah. Okay. I mean. All I want is some 120 hertz panel TV right now that can do some of the VRR stuff that I want and plug in my Xbox and PlayStation to it. That has more than one HDMI 2.1 port because I will be not swapping freaking ports every time I turn around. That's a great way to wear out ports on your TV and your console.
Yep. Luckily, I let Nick do all the research and figuring things out when he bought his, and I found the one I wanted off of his hard work. So thank you. And I love my new TV. I love the 120. I love the colors. Yeah, Pat, you got to get you a new one. But your TV in your game area is really nice. So
I mean, it's a high-end Samsung, but it doesn't have 120 hertz, and it's not a 120 hertz panel, and it doesn't have HDMI 2.1. So it may be high-end all it wants to be, but it's just a poser at this point.
In the Xboxes, you guys make sure you have the other piece of hardware, which is the the HDMI 2.1 cable and a TV that supports HDMI 2.1 with variable refresh rate and 120 hertz and all that good stuff. So those TVs are coming down in price. They're actually a little bit more affordable nowadays than especially last year's models. If you're looking for a TV like that, the 2021s probably already on sale, and they're trying to get rid of them so they can sell you that 2022 model. So, if you're looking for a new TV, this is the perfect time to look out for those 120 hertz models to see if you can pick one up for a pretty good price. So, and if you do,
right,
when PlayStation puts this out,
OLED.
Yeah. Yep. He's looking for that. They have the C2 now. I have the LG C1, and I think that's the one Pat's looking for. So, but they have the C2 now. I don't know if the C2 is any better or what enhancements are have from it, but that's the 2022 model.
There's another number.
Yes, that's probably it. They just went up one. All right. Anybody got anything else they want to say about this? All right, let's wrap it up here. Thanks everybody for watching. Comment down below. What do you think? Do you have a 120 hertz monitor or TV that can utilize the variable refresh rates that PlayStation's going to have? And what do you think took PlayStation so long to add these features and other features that you would think they should have by now, right? That Xbox does already that PlayStation hasn't gotten around to. What are they waiting for? Let us know down in the comments below what you think. Other than that, thanks everybody for watching. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe. Hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with new videos that we do all the time. And we'll see you next time, everyone. Bye-bye.
See ya.